Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M. Lawson, and I am back with a new episode of the Horizons Author Lounge. And this is going to be another great night because I'll be interviewing two more authors who will be featured during the Black History Month Literary Weekend. And if you don't know by now, this year, February 2025, is the most important Black History Month that we have ever had and that we will have. It is so vital that we celebrate our history because we're under attack right now. And I'm not going to say that Black History Month is going away, but I am saying that if we don't tell our stories, no one else will. And that's one of the reasons why I'm very happy to have our first guest, Miss Elogeia Hadley, on, because she has been pouring into making sure that we know our history, and her books are all about the people who shaped our culture and shaped our history. So without any further ado, I'm going to bring Elogeia on, and she can tell you a bit about what she's writing about and why it's important that you read it. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, how are you?
I'm wonderful.
It's
So
nice to see you.
I was just telling the audience about how important it is for us to celebrate Black history this year, if not any other year, this year especially because of everything that's going on right now. And I'm not saying that Black History Month is going away. I don't believe that Black History Month is going away. However, it's very important that we continue to tell our stories because, as you can see, DEI, which some people think is only about race and not about equal opportunity across the board. We're seeing that many of the things that we were teaching our kids in school are being taken out. Even our military is having to take certain history out of their curriculum. So it is very important that we celebrate our own culture and that we educate our children, because if we don't, nobody else will.
Nope.
And this is why your books are so important.
Yeah, that's exactly why I wrote him. Everything you just said is exactly why I published my Black History books. I saw this back when my daughter had her culture fair. And you remember those culture fairs back in the day when everybody showed up and showed their culture and things. But I always felt like our kids never had anything to show. But I said, well, our history, our inventors. So I put together a table. And when I saw the reaction of the kids, and they were different kids from different cultures and different backgrounds, loving what they were seeing. The teachers were loving it. And at the end, they told me my table was the best table. It came before Hawaii and their Hawaiian dances. It came before, you know what I mean? I was excited.
Yes.
And then I was like, okay, what if I had to make this slideshow? Because it was a slideshow I had. What if I make it into a book? So then my research started. This is 10 years ago. And exactly everything you said was the reason I published these Black history books with our inventors, our architects. Because if you don't know who you are, other people get a chance to tell you and assume that you grow up confused. You don't even know really who you are and what you're capable of.
Absolutely.
And that's another thing. We know if our ancestors did it, we know we can do it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And that was like the one of the main reasons. You hit all the nails on the head. Exactly why I kind of saw this coming. I don't know if that's, I kind of felt like this was going to be needed. Unfortunately, it's in this environment, but right now I'm even pushing classes. Like if I can get some, even at churches and, I'll probably even do a one-on-one, but it is vital right now that we, especially our children, know their greatness, especially the children.
Absolutely. You are so right. And like I said, that's the reason why I love your books, because you have broken down our history in so many different ways. It's not like a fire hose. And I know sometimes we feel like we're feeding people through a fire hose. It's like, know this, know that, know this, know that. I mean, even my own daughter, I'm really glad that I taught her the way I taught her as she was growing up. But at one time she was like, Mama, you're forcing this down my throat. But the thing is, she wasn't learning these things in school. There were a lot of things that I had to teach her myself because she wasn't learning them in school. She didn't even go to a predominantly Black high school until she was in the 11th grade.
Oh, wow.
So there were certain things. She went to in fact, and I'm not blaming the school, but she went to an international school. So there were so many different nationalities and so many different countries there that they didn't really focus just on Black history. And not that any school needs to focus on just on Black history, but people need to realize that Black history is American history. It's a part of our history as a whole.
Absolutely. It's world history. Because from my research and stuff that I found, we are the beginning of everything. We're African people and the people of the diaspora. We were the first to circumnavigate the world. We was the first to build pyramids. We were the first, people, my auntie used to hate us to say the first. I'm like, but auntie, we were. She's like, because we always been this. We always had this greatness, but they don't teach it in school. They don't teach in school. And I had to learn the difference between charter school and public school. I recently just learned this last year coming out there to DC. Literally. Okay. I didn't know that there was like a difference. Like the charter schools are more open, that I can talk to them to teach this to their kids because they can kind of develop their own program. Whereas the public schools have, they have to stay attached to whatever the state say is okay for them to teach. And see, I didn't know that. And this, I have a couple.
It's a part of the curriculum, and you have to get your curriculum approved ahead of time before you can start teaching.
Yes, and I didn't know that. I don't know what I thought. There's teachers just walking there all willy-nilly just teaching stuff. Maybe that's what I thought. They didn't have to have a program. And when they explained it to me, I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, we didn't teach. I didn't learn any of this in school either. I went to during high school I went to Frederick Douglass in Chicago, which was predominantly Black. So we had teachers that would feed us only what they knew. They didn't feed. But see, I went a step further. I went back to predate slavery. I went back to warrior queens. I went back to Mansa Musa, the richest man that ever lived. Nobody has surpassed his wealth. I went back to his nephew, who was one of the first, who was here before Columbus. They believe he got to the Americas. So I went a step further because I just didn't want our kids to only understand, no disrespect, but Malcolm had, Malcolm X. Most of the kids don't know who he is, and they're just, and then Martin had a
What,
dream, and
what,
then
what I
Rosa
had to
sat
learn about
down.
Malcolm X, though, and not to cut you off, but one thing I learned about
Mhm.
Malcolm X is that many people who were around when he during his heyday didn't
Mhm.
really understand him. And
No.
I love my grandmother to life. God rest her soul. But I
Mhm.
remember asking her who Malcolm X was, and the way she described him, I could tell that she didn't really understand him. And
Mhm.
if you really look back, people were always comparing Malcolm X and Martin
So
Luther King.
That's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Mhm. And they
they
thought that
they
Martin
had
Luther King was,
the
he was
good
the
one,
peaceful person. He was the good guy. And Malcolm X
the
was the bad guy.
troublemaker.
Yeah, the troublemaker.
That's what I mean. Like, my daughter had a friend who didn't know who he was, and that did something to my soul. I was like, what do you mean she don't know who
Hmm.
Malcolm X is? She's like, Mom, she was like, who is that? And she had to explain to her who he was. I was like, oh my God, we're that far away. Are we that
Hmm.
far away? Because I can remember in the
Well,
90s and the 80s, we still had our X shirts on and our X hats on, like,
yeah.
I was like,
But I have
it's
to admit,
crazy.
I didn't really know a lot about Malcolm X.
Hmm.
First of all, I read his book.
Hmm.
And that was when I learned more about him. And then when Spike Lee released his movie X,
Hmm.
that was really I was in college at that time actually when that movie
Hmm.
came out. But that was when I really started to learn who he was and what he
Yeah.
was all about. And I remember I was very active in my college's Black Student Union at that
Mhm.
time. And I had the idea of making this a an activity basically. And so I contacted, I went to Loyola University in New Orleans, and
Mhm.
we did a lot of work with Tulane University in New Orleans. We were two predominantly white schools with very active Black student unions. And we
Mhm.
said we were going to have a kind of a joint activity where we were going to go see the movie together.
Yeah.
And that's what we wound up doing. We all went to see that movie, and that was where a lot of us really learned who Malcolm X really was.
How powerful that was. That movie was so powerful.
Right. It
It's
really
still
was.
sometimes even it would give me like chills to watch when they were standing in front of the police station, and he
Mhm.
did the hand signal. I was like,
Yes.
wow,
I was like,
wow,
wow, you
like,
did that?
wow. Woo! My goodness, the power. But I mean, we come from greatness, and um I even explained to like one of my coworkers who's not African American that it's important that everybody knows this. This is like not just for my books are not just for Black people, African American people, the diaspora. It's not just
Mhm.
for us because this is world history. It's world history. It should
Yes.
be added already to the curriculums and things like that. But right now, I don't know. All I can do is like offer my services if someone needs them. Because they're like he's like cutting and like but we don't need them. We don't need anybody to tell us when to celebrate us, We
Exactly. We
we're
don't
good
we
at
don't
that.
need that. And that's why I said even if it goes away,
Hmm.
it's not going to go away, first of all. But even if
Right.
it goes away, that doesn't stop us from celebrating our own history. It doesn't
Absolutely.
stop us from teaching our children who
Absolutely
they
not.
are.
Hmm.
Now,
Yep.
with all of that said, tell us about your books, ma'am.
Okay. So the first book I wrote was Who Are We? That's the book with the I want to say it's like a collage of things. You can't see it. I
Oh,
got the
put it in
frame
front
thing
of you. There
like
you
this,
put it right in front of your face.
like this. You see it?
Wait.
No,
Maybe
no.
go a little closer. There
There
we
we
go. Who
go.
are we? There we are.
Yeah, okay. So that one is a collage. It has the inventors in it. It has the architects in it. It has some of our towns because nobody knows we had several towns. You know, um, it's just a collage of everything that I found, and I kind of put it in one book so people won't have to be looking all over the place for Black history or Black
Hmm.
greatness. And then the other one, I'm just want to try this again in front of my face. We'll see. Let me see if I move my face. There
Wait,
we
move
go.
it over. There it is. Who is she?
Who is
Wait,
she? There we
wait.
go.
There it is. Who is she?
Bam. There we go.
See,
Okay.
I don't
So
even know
who
why
is
you
she?
have that little blur behind you. You
I
can
don't
turn it
need,
off.
and I don't know why it's in front of me when it's supposed to be behind me. Like, what is that about? But both of those books are at Barnes and Noble and things like that. But Who Is She is, because the book was going to be so big. If I had did put the whole book together, you know you're a publisher too, so you know the page count would have been crazy. So
Right.
that's one, and I had to separate it. And I figured I'd dedicate that one to Black women, since all of the warrior queens are in there. Not all of them. Some of our sheroes are in there. I didn't know that there were women that was in the Haitian Revolution. They're in there just to show our greatness. And then at the end of the book, I have some sister to sister conversation that we should be having with each other, you know, and with our children, about our finances, about love. Does Black love still exist? So that is in the back of that book. And both of those books, you can probably find them anywhere now, because they're about a year and a half old, 2 years old. But
Okay.
But my thing is history, Rhonda. You know that, Dr. Rhonda. That's
Yes, I know. I know.
I love it. I love it.
So now you're bringing all of those books with you to the Black History Month Literary Weekend.
Yeah, I'm going to attempt to bring them all, because I'm going to come in on the plane. I'm going to try to kind of ration them out. The Black history books to me right now are the most important. So I'm going to make sure that I have, I'm trying to bring enough of them. If not, I'll just take orders. You know, I could take pre-orders too. You know, if they go to my website, I could take some pre-orders. And, you know, I'm also an autism advocate. That's the book that I had last year too.
Yes, I remember that.
My 22-year on is on the spectrum. So I just kind of wrote a book for parents, you know, just kind of talk to them. I'm actually updating that book because he's 22. That book was from when he was born to 18. He's 22 now, and I have found so much more information that I want to pass on to parents. So I'm going to bring a few of those. But, you know, I can always take pre-orders or take orders when, you know, I get to DC.
Mm-hmm. I think that's always good, because you never know who you're going to impact. And there are a lot of parents who are dealing with their child being on the spectrum. And then with your child being an adult, I'm calling him a child because he's your child.
Grown.
But, you know, being an adult and showing how he can have a productive life. I think a lot of people need to see that.
Yeah, I'm going to bring that too. And this summer, I just hope to do some more face-to-face work, you know, get into some organizations, you know, join some more, because parents, those of us who have loved ones with disabilities and challenges, we need to start bonding a little bit more, because I know in the next 4 years, I think we need to be bonding anyway, you know, because this next 4 years is going to be a roller coaster ride. And those of us who take care of people with disabilities and challenges, we have an extra level of stress on us that other people won't understand, you know. So I'm going to be joining some more stuff and getting. I'm such a wallflower, Wanda. I'm just Rhonda. Dr. Rhonda. I am such a wall. I love. You know what? I love that area. I love when I got to DC. I was like, oh, I like it here. I don't know. I came back home.
That wasn't your first time here, was it?
It was my very first time in the DMV area. I had never been there ever. That was my first time. And I was asking my family, I was like, I'm ready to relocate. They was like, really?
Well, did you get a chance to do any sightseeing while you were here last year?
Yeah, we did, because we came in the day before.
Okay, that's right. I remember that.
Yeah, so we got a chance to kind of get around. And then we were invited back to one of your schools in DC. And that went really well. So, yeah, I've been there so far. It's been twice. Yeah, twice I've been there, and I'm coming back.
Oh, well, I'm glad you are coming back, because we had a good time last year.
Yeah, we did. I loved it. I loved it, even though they shipped my books left, but I still love it.
Well, you know
how to make lemon out of lemonade. What they say, how you said, I took lemons and made lemonade.
That's right, because you didn't have any books to sell.
I had 3 books, my autism books. And I sold all three. I had 3 books. And that's what was in my backpack. I just used what was in my backpack, and I sold them. And I got a chance to meet some really good people at
Yes,
the jazz brunch. Oh my goodness. I bonded with so many parents there that that understood. I mean, it was like divine timing. Even though something didn't work
wonderful.
out right one way, it worked out in another way. So I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna complain. It worked out for me.
No, you did really well, and I'm glad that you're coming back. If you remember we got invited to a school at the very last minute. If you remember
Mm-hmm.
last year,
I
well,
remember.
that school invited us back this year and added another school.
Oh wow. Okay. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
So we're going to visit 2 middle schools. We're visiting Ernest Just, which is we visited last year, and then
Mm-hmm.
we're also visiting Charles Carroll, and both of them are in Bowie, Maryland.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I'm ready.
and
Those
that's
kids were
actually the
so
same city
smart.
where. Mhm.
I said those kids were so smart. You
They were,
remember
and they
that?
asked such good questions. They really
They
did.
did. They were so intelligent. I'm like, and they were babies. I these is babies. I was so proud. I was like, these are babies.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. I mean, that was beautiful. I mean, I'm like, man,
Mhm.
y'all asking some better questions than some of the bigger kids were doing.
They did. They really interacting with us. I was like, wow. That was a proud mama moment. Those wasn't even my kids, but I felt like that was a proud mama moment. They mamas and daddies should be real proud of them because I was very impressed. Very
Yeah,
impressed. They were orderly and I was like, wow, that was
yeah.
excellent.
It was a great time. It really was. Yeah, see,
That
now
was
Mark didn't participate with us last year, but he
mm-hmm,
participated with us the year before last when we visited 2 schools, but I had to split the group up.
mm-hmm,
So some kids went to Richard Wright, and
mm-hmm,
some kids went to Paint Branch, or excuse me, some of the authors went to Paint Branch.
mm-hmm.
And Mark was one of the authors who went to Paint Branch, and he really enjoyed it. But I think he's really going to enjoy this year when we visit the middle schools again. And
Yeah.
they're feeding us, so that's always good.
Oh yeah, almost definitely. That means they liked us. That's good. Dr. Lawson, that
Yes,
means they really liked us. They're feeding us. You don't feed people you don't like.
right.
Oh
No,
boy.
so we're gonna have a good time, and I really, really am glad that you're coming back, and I just hope that everybody who comes this year is going to get a lot out of it. So if you are
Mhm.
watching tonight and you want to get your ticket, if you get your ticket tonight by 10 p.m. and use the promo code Horizons, you will get $10 off of your ticket. Now you can't beat that with a stick.
Mm-mm. That's
Yeah,
good.
we need this place to be packed out. Last year was a beautiful turnout, but we need this
Mhm.
year to be even better. So
Right.
if you are planning on coming, stop procrastinating. Um, just come on and get your ticket. And I'm gonna tell you because this area, I
Mhm.
feel like it's the mecca for brunch. People
Mhm.
love going to brunch here. So why not go to brunch and enjoy yourself? You're gonna have a wonderful meal. You're gonna have live
Yeah.
music. The Brincourt Entertainment. I went to see them during the Christmas holidays, and they're gonna
Mhm.
bring the house down. You are
Okay.
not
I'm
ready for what
ready.
they're about to bring.
I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna have my I got my dancing shoes this
You
time.
you gonna need
I
your
got my
dancing
dance. I'm
shoes.
gonna need them this time, huh?
You are definitely going to need them.
Well, I'm bringing 2 people with me. I'm bringing 2 people with me. My
Oh, well,
daughter
tell your
and
people to get their tickets.
they did. They did. I was on them,
Okay,
Rhonda.
yeah,
I
you
was
said
on
that
them.
at Elogeia, right?
Yeah, I was on them, Dr. Rhonda. I was like, y'all get them tickets. I'm not. Look, I was emailing them and texting me. And then my daughter, I was like, did you get? She's like, I had it before I could even say it. She said, I got my tickets. I was like, okay. Okay,
All
because
right, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we're gonna have a really, really, really good time tonight. So, I'm saying tonight. I mean, in 2 weeks. Oh, Shanita said you cute.
Oh, thanks, Shanita. Thank you. You wouldn't know I just ran in the house from work. You wouldn't even notice. I was like, thank you.
Girl, I ran into the house from work too, and I was hot. I had to get in just early enough for me to change my shirt
Yeah.
because I wore a turtleneck to work today, and I was burning up.
Yeah, it was just weird. It was cold and it was hot. Then I came in and changed my shirt too because I had my uniform shirt on, and I was like, I'm not representing them today. I'm representing me. So I mean, take they stuff to get it through. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just saw that. I just noticed Shanita when she said the year that she participated, as soon as they landed, I was like, y'all feel like going to a school? They were like, what? I said, y'all going to a school right now.
Oh.
And I took them to a preschool as soon as they landed.
Oh my goodness.
But
Oh
they
my
did a
goodness.
good job though.
Oh my goodness. I think that's the one Shartia was telling me about. That
Yeah,
they had
that
to
was the
do
one.
a quick change. They had to do a quick change. Oh my goodness.
No,
Yeah.
they had a good time. So
Yeah, they did.
but this year we're not doing preschools. We're doing the two middle schools.
Mm-hmm.
We also are still doing the 8th and 9th grade essay contest, and we're also awarding the winners of our For the Culture Book Awards. And so, if you hadn't heard, um, so first place went to Malika Stevely, and she has a beautiful, beautiful historic fiction book. So I hope she decides to come to the event because she really needs to be there. Second place went to an author named Corey Davis. Now Corey is coming. When he found out he won, he bought his tickets the same night. He said, "I'm going to be
Hey.
there." So I'm excited to see him. And Corey is so serious about the written word, and that was what attracted me to him. I met him and at an event in Philadelphia, and just listening to what he had to say, I was like, oh, I need to connect with him, and I connected with him, and then he surprised me by entering the contest.
Oh
So
wow.
I was excited that he entered the contest, and the judges really loved this book. And number three, our third went to Mark Beausejour. So,
Woohoo. My
of
she
course, he's
family
one of our
brother.
featured authors. Yes. So, of course, he's one of our featured authors. So, we already know he was already going to be there. So, we're going to have two out of our three authors who are going to be a part of the Black History Month Literary Weekend. So, for those of you who don't know, this is going to be an amazing weekend. It starts on Thursday, um, February 20th. We're going to have a books and wine event at Urban Grape Bookstore. Urban Grape DC, which is a Black-owned winery in Washington, DC. This event has already reached capacity. There
Oh
are
wow.
no more tickets available for this event. So you can try to show up, but if it's crowded, don't get mad. Um, we are over halfway to capacity for the Barnes and Noble event. This is the Meet the Authors event. All of the authors you see right here are going to be at this event. So this is always a really cool event because it's kind of a writer's shop, and then we disperse the authors throughout the bookstore. So you don't want to miss this. Yes, I just saw the website popped up on the screen. You can go to mtwimagesolutions.com/BHM, and that's where you'll find more information about these events. But this event will be from 4 to 6:30. Sometimes we kind of stretch it to 7 if it's really crowded, and I kind of feel like it's going to be a little crowded this year.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, we're over halfway to capacity on this one. So I want you to be there. This is the Barnes and Noble in the Bowie Town Center. It's not far from Bowie State University. So I really want you guys to be there for this. And then our signature event is the Ivory and Cream Affair Literary Jazz Brunch. This event will have live music, Like I said, the Braincore Entertainment is going to be providing the entertainment, and they're doing 2 45-minute sets. That's how huge this is. We're going to have our author meet and greets. We're going to have a full buffet breakfast. We're going to have your appetizer, your main course, and dessert. We're going to have a silent auction. We'll have a cash bar. We'll have door prizes. And as I said, we're going to be awarding our essay contest winners as well as the For the Culture Book Award winners. So y'all don't want to miss this. So make sure you get your tickets tonight. Go to the Ivory and Cream Affair on Eventbrite and type in promo code Horizons, and you will get $10 off of your ticket. You don't, like I said, you really, really, really don't want to miss this.
No, you don't.
So we want to pack this event out. And I already see, I'm looking at the numbers. They're going up. So I mean, I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. And I'm excited to have you there again, Elogeia. I already know that you're going to kill it just like you did last year.
No, thank you. I'm ready. And I'm going to keep passing the word too and see how many other people I can bring with me.
Yes, please do. Please do. Okay, well, unfortunately, time has ended, and I need to bring on our next guest. I'm excited. In fact, let me just go ahead and bring her on so y'all can meet. I'm going to introduce y'all.
Okay.
Hey, Sharon. Sharon, meet Elogeia. Yeah, Elogeia, meet Sharon.
Hi, Sharon.
You said you're coming from out of town. Where are you based?
I'm coming from the Chicago area.
Oh, Chi-Town.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, we have a couple of people coming from Chi-Town.
Yeah, me, Chartia, Royce, we all in the same. We're in the surrounding Chicago areas. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, look forward to having you in the DMV.
I can't wait. She got me real excited now. And I got to make sure I have my everything ready.
All right.
Make sure you have your ivory and cream on now.
I do. I already got
I just got my outfit yesterday. Today.
Right,
I'm like, I'm not used to wearing all these grown folk clothes,
Well, I'm gonna tell you, you're doing better than me, Sharon, because I don't even know what I'm wearing yet. I'm gonna have a girl. Last year, I bought my outfit the day before the event. I'm horrible.
Yeah, you did.
Because I left them. Look, Sharon, I left them at the bookstore. I said I gotta run to Macy's real quick.
Yeah, and then she come down the street with a big bag. Here she come.
Well, we're not going to do that this year, are we?
No, we're not doing that at all this year. I'm gonna be ready this year. All right. Well, Elogeia, I'm gonna go ahead and start my interview with Sharon. But thank you so much for being a part of the Black History Month Literary Weekend again. And the awesome thing is, I didn't even know you before last year. So I was really glad that you saw the vision and that you trusted me and that you're going to be a part of this event. And Sharon, will tell you, I only met Sharon a few months ago. So the fact that you guys trust me with this event and that you see the vision, it really means a lot to me. So I want to thank both of you right now publicly.
Thank you. I'm so happy I'll be there. And it's so nice to meet you, Sharon. I'll see you when you get there.
All right. And safe travels from Chicago.
All right. Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Bye. All right. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to and reintroduce you to some others. Miss Sharon Burton. Now, she is not just an author. She is a creativity coach. Which Shanita said y'all might be cousins. But the same last name.
Yeah. If you got roots in Orange County, Virginia, holler, because that's some of my folks are supposed to be from. So it's a lot of Burton.
Nice.
And it used to be, I would never see that name, like last name Burton.
Really?
Places I've been, I would never see it. And since the pandemic, Burtons are just showing up everywhere. It's kind of weird. But anyway,
that's interesting.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? They're just showing up.
Well, now tell us, what is a creativity coach? Because you've been on the Horizons Author Lounge before, And
yes.
you talked a bit about how you teach people how to tap into their creativity. And I thought that was really interesting. So I know we have some new people watching tonight. So can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Sure. And first of all, Dr. Rhonda, I just want to thank you for doing the Black History Literary Weekend. I was, it's true, I met Dr. Rhonda mid last year, I think, in the middle of the, no, almost a year, because I was on your show in it was in May. So we're coming up on a year. I was turned on to you from PJ's, Tyra. Shout out to PJ's in Bowie, Maryland. And she
Tyra was one of our location last year, the PJ's Coffee House. And she is such good people.
She is. I was trying to get to that event because I knew I was going to get a book out. And I was like, I need to find out about that. And anyway, she told me about you, found you on Instagram, started following you. And I was like, I love her energy. So, but thank you. And thank you for allowing me to be a part of the weekend. I think I'm so excited about it. And for all the reasons you mentioned earlier. I am a creativity coach. I am a certified creativity coach. So I'm not just somebody out here doing it. Everybody's calling themselves a coach these days and not much behind that. But I'm also a visual artist and a poet. So not only do I work with creative people, particularly cultural creatives, those that work in, musicians, authors, writers, artists, all those types of folks. But I am one. So I bring my experience of being a visual artist that exhibits work and a poet that has had my work published to what I do. I work with people who have creative blocks or writer's block, those types of situations. And also, I work with people, particularly at midlife, who want to return to a creative life or want to launch a creative life. They're getting ready to retire. They got kids out of the house. They might have went through a life change, like a divorce or, a move. And, we're at a time where the creative economy is really kind of the thing. When I grew up and when I was coming out of high school, I envy these millennials and these Z folks because, they're, people tell them, you can do the creative thing and they making money off the creative thing. In the late 80s, that was not the case. It was more or less, you had to, everybody was shuffling you to business, healthcare, right, engineering, those.
It's interesting that you say that. I had mentioned that on my show a couple of weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Is that often we discourage our kids from pursuing the creative arts. We think, oh, you're not going to make any money doing that. You need to be a doctor. You need to be a lawyer. You need to join the army or something like that. And we forget that our young people or not just young people, anybody, you can still make money and you can still be happy pursuing your creative side.
Z folks, yeah.
The
Generation Z, whatever. I'm an Xer. I'm a proud Xer, and you are too, aren't you, Dr. Rhonda? Come on,
I am.
Represent the smallest group, and everybody forgets us. But anyway, so I wanted to do, and I agree with you, Dr. Rhonda. I was one of those kids. My dad, well-meaning, but he basically told us that, I know you want to go to art school, but basically, if you're going to use my money, you're not. You're going to go into a field that you can make money off. And he wasn't mean about it. And he was.
Why is it that when our kids say they want to play football or basketball, we're encouraging them to go to college? But when we say that I want to write or I want to do this or that, we try to talk them out of it.
Conversation. Yes. We're all into that. And that's even less guaranteed because now, these young people are, they're doing stuff. It's creatives that are doing the TikTok stuff.
Yeah.
They're they're doing the graphic artists,
and making big money.
Making big money, doing the videos for other people for online, that type of thing. But at the time I was coming out, a lot of that wasn't there. It was mostly maybe commercial art, went into graphic design later. But it wasn't a whole lot. And unless you came from a family that had a lot of artists in it and they just believed in sending you to school, you didn't. So that was a story for a lot of people. We had to go out there and make money. We raised our families. We did what we had to do. We became adults and did adult things. And now a lot of people want to come back and really, get involved with their own creativity. And times have changed. They're seeing people doing it. They want to, I loved painting when I was in high school, and now I haven't done it in years. And I wonder if I can do it, or, does it feel right at 65 to be doing these things? So what I do is work with those folks, everything from, gaining the confidence that, yes, you too can be an artist. And yes, you are an artist. You just may not think you are, but you are. And you can do it and make money. You can do it just for a hobby, no matter what you choose to do with your creativity.
Right.
It's okay. Second, we're living in, as they say, very interesting times. So
Absolutely.
A lot of people don't realize that a creative practice can help you as a way of self-care. So I really do encourage people to, take out your guitar, take out your flute, take out your paint brushes and your camera, and use that as a way for self-care.
A good example of that, if you, I don't know if you ever watched Bel-Air. It was the reboot of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I believe it came on, I'm going to probably get it wrong. It was either Peacock or Paramount. I think it was Paramount. But Aunt Viv was, and of course, as we all know, she was an attorney. Excuse me, she was a professor. She wasn't an attorney. She was a professor. But in Bel-Air, she decided she wanted to pursue her creative side. And she always had a passion and a talent for art. And she started to pursue her art. And so they developed an entire storyline around how she started pursuing her art. And I think that happens with a lot of people where, if you remember the TV show Girlfriends, remember she became an attorney because she didn't think she got accepted to, I think it was art school or dance school, whatever it was. And some schools she didn't think she got accepted to, and they come to find out Lynn never sent the letter. So all this time she thought that she wasn't good enough, so she went to law school. So we have so many talents inside of us. For me, I work for federal government, but I'm still a writer. I still love the written word. And if my mom had not encouraged me when she saw that I love the written word, but she saw at a young age, and she didn't pour into that, I may not have continued doing that.
Right. And see, that's the thing, even though I took a different route academically, both my parents were very supportive of my sister and I. We both were artists to do our art. And, it was funny because my own story was the basis of my book, Creative Sparks, which is Creative Sparks, 21 Affirmations and Inspiration for Creativity at Midlife. And I finished my master's degree. And right after that, within 6 months, I was living in Atlanta at the time. I'm driving past Atlanta School of Art, which is now part of Savannah School of Art. And I remember something telling me, you need to go over there and get art lessons again. And I'm like, because I was doing art ever since I was like 3 years old. And, I remember saying, and at that time I was just 30. So, I'm like, I'm going to be in a classroom of a bunch of young people and blah, blah, blah. And that's not going to be a good work. And am I really an artist anyway? I just thought I was an artist and blah, blah, all this other stuff, And it took me a few years. I had to slowly get into the art world. I started as a curator, and then I started as an art advisor working with people who wanted to collect art and all that. And then I decided to do this with creativity coaching because I had a lot of artist friends and people that I worked with exhibitions that would ask me different things. And I was like, I think I like this. And so that's why I moved. But I just kept running into friends and people that say, I really want to do that. I used to do this and that. And then sometimes I get into talking, like there's a friend of mine from college, didn't know she was a knitter and a crocheter.
Oh.
And it came out one day and I said, you do that? She knitted me the most beautiful shawl. And I said, girl, I had no idea that was what you did. But see, people downplay those things. And it's like, you don't have to be out here selling, but, don't be afraid to show that side, of yourself. And that's what
sometimes it's just good to do something because it's fun to do and it's an outlet. You don't have to make everything a business.
No. And my thing is, whatever level you want to be, if you want to just get the nerve up or just be around other artists and creatives that are doing their thing. And sometimes, right now we're all about community. We need to be about community. And with my book, with the affirmations and all that good stuff, this has affirmations to help you just encourage yourself to stay creative, to move past blocks, to deal with grief, to deal with self-care, to deal with all of that stuff. And I'm putting together a book club that kicks off this month on February 23rd. It's going to be for 6 weeks.
Tell them to come to the Ivory and Cream Affair.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm doing that. But we're doing this book club, and it's really for people that want to start a creative practice, don't know how, who are battling their self-doubt. They're feeling like, oh, I did this years ago before I had kids. I don't know if I'm even a guitarist anymore or whatever. Want to connect with other creatives because we're going to be connecting with community. But we're going to be, and I want to be talking this up during the weekend about and probably offers to people who come to any of these events a discount on being a part of the book club.
Oh, that's wonderful.
We're going to meet for 6 weeks on Sundays at 6:00 Eastern time. And we're just going to go through certain chapters, not all of the chapters. There's 22 chapters actually, but we're going to go through a few that are kind of the common things that people deal with. And we're going to have our own website container. We're not going to do Facebook or anything. We'll have our own thing. And I'm just really encouraging people to be a part of it. You can find out more. I know Dr. Rhonda put my website up, and I'll be talking it up too.
Oh, Daniel, can we put the website up again? We can put the website up just so we can remind people. There it is.
Yeah. So if you go to the website and go to events, you can learn more about the book club. And if this sounds like something you want to do, feel free to join me. It will be live. We'll be meeting probably like for about an hour and a half live.
That's awesome.
And you'll have recordings. If you miss it, you have recordings, a little bit of homework, nothing's going to take you out. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. But this has been a great book. And
do you find yourself dealing with more with older people, or do you find yourself even finding some younger people who are trying to tap into their creative spirit?
Both. Mostly people in our age range, middle age, but I am getting some younger people who are interested, but it's different with them because it's just me, but the world seems to, revolve on making sure they get theirs, and it's just us that, we get lost. And I want to make sure people, my Xers, my boomers really know that, this is a good time for you to pursue. But I am open to also anybody who's interested in really getting their creativity on, because, you know, creatives, we love them, but at the same time, we don't always value them, you know.
Oh, yes.
And
I think you're right. That's why so many creators are asked to work for free. And
yes,
if somebody asks them for work and they charge them, they either say, well, why don't you do it for free? I'll give you a lot of publicity. Or they'll say, well, that's too much. Can you take such and such? I mean, I've had somebody ask me to do all kinds of publicity work for them. And I asked them what's their budget. They said, I'm willing to pay $150 a month. I'm like, you asked me for $1,000 worth of work.
you know, and even though we've made strides in the creative community, it's still happening. And when you get messages that what you do, and you know, this, it makes you feel devalued. And
Yes.
as a creativity coach, that's what I'm about, is making sure that, you know, that you feel good about your work, that you're strong, that you have boundaries about what you're paid, how you showing up in the world, you know, and that this is a business. And the thing is, we would not have gotten past COVID without creative people.
Absolutely.
I dare
You're
anybody
right.
to say, you know, I know that
You are
the whole,
absolutely right.
but you know, morale, all of that, it took creatives, whether it's DJ, what's his name, that did those dance
Be
parties.
nice.
Yeah, you know, everyone from that to the Versus concerts that would be.
The verses used to be good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, those are the things that kind of got us through.
A lot of TikTokers blew up and became millionaires because we were just sitting at home watching TikTok.
Yeah, you know, and it's all from that creative class, those artists, those videographers, those, you know, people that had those skills. And so, you know, if you want a piece of that as part of your life, you can do it at any age. It's never too late. That's my motto. It's never too late to be who you could have been. I didn't do my art thing seriously until I was in my late 30s. And I think my first exhibition was probably right about 40. So, you know, and if I can do it, and I'm an introvert, and, you know, I'm funny about people seeing my stuff, you know, no, for real. I mean, it took a while to do it. I actually put my work in a show that I was curating. I was co-curating the show, and my business partner at the time was like, she's a wonderful artist, and she dared me, put your work in here. And I was like, no, you know, I'm looking at everybody's work, and I'm like, no. And she said, no, put your work in it. I did. And ever since then, been getting into juried shows and everything else. So if I can do it, no matter what your age, you can do it. And that's what Creative Sparks is about. And I'm looking forward to being a part of all this. I'm looking forward to going to the schools on Friday. And of course, the Urban Grape. I've never been there, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward
to a very beautiful winery.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the brunch. I'm looking forward to all of it, because I've been watching the videos from on your feed from last year, and I'm like, gosh, this, and even the talks, and you know, I'm looking forward to meeting all the different authors. It seems like it's a nice, diverse group of authors, you know, with different genres. And I think it's going to be a wonderful thing. I'm just very grateful to be a part this year and to be a part of your circle. Dr. Rhonda and I live right down the street. We figured that. And we still haven't got together yet, but we're going to do it.
We've been trying to get together for lunch for almost a year.
I know. My life has been a little insane lately, but it's going to happen. But we live within 5 miles of each other. So
because I think you're in Fort Washington and I'm in Akakeek, right?
Yeah, we're right there. We're right down the LA highway, right over here. But yeah, so I'm excited to share about the book and about the book club, and just really meet and the biggest thing that attracted me to the literary weekend, and I don't think you've mentioned it tonight, is the donations for the books for the young people.
Yes.
Oh,
you're right. I didn't mention that tonight. So what Sharon is talking is we are doing a book drive for a wonderful organization called Books Breaking Borders. And our goal is to donate 100 books to Books Breaking Borders. So we're going to have a collection box at all of our events, at the winery, at Barnes and Noble, and at the Ivory and Cream Affair. And so we will be collecting new and gently used children's books. So you can either bring some children's books from your home that you may not be using anymore, or you can buy books from the authors. We have a number of children's authors who are going to be a part of this event. You can purchase one of their books and donate it to the donation box. But we will be presenting all of the books to Breaking Borders at the Ivory and Cream Affair. So I think this is why I really love this event, because this is not just about selling a few books or making a few dollars. This is about affecting our next generation of writers. This is why I started the essay contest for 8th and 9th graders. We donate books to the schools that we visit, and we do the we're donating Books Breaking Borders, and then starting the contest, the For the Culture Book Awards, because it's one thing. There are a lot of people who are winning book awards because they have a lot of friends on social media. But I really wanted this contest to be more about the art of the written word. I mean, are you really affecting your readers with the words that you're writing? And the judges who judged the contest, I didn't send them pictures of any of the authors. All I did was send them the book and the book cover and said, judge these books. They took it so seriously. So there's so many different facets.
Yeah, I like the nice balance of the philanthropy and all of that. You've done a great job with the balancing of, but that piece, visiting the schools and getting those books. I have a couple friends that are children's book authors, so I'm going to be bringing those books. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm just excited. I know I sound crazy. I'm excited, and I'm excited to be a part of this. And I appreciate you, Dr. Rhonda, for all that you do. I know you probably hear that a lot, but I think you need to understand that what you've put in place here has been phenomenal. And this is the 10th year, correct? Is this the 10th year?
This is the 9th year. Our 10th year, we're going back to New Orleans.
Oh, okay. I might have to do that one, you know. And
so, for the 10th year, we have to take it where it all started. And this event started in New Orleans. So for year number 10, we're going back to New Orleans. We're already putting that event together, and it's going to be amazing. And it's during Mardi Gras. So anybody who goes is going to experience Mardi Gras as well.
Oh, stop now. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. But I look forward to meeting everybody. If you're interested again in the book and the book club, feel free to visit my website.
Absolutely.
I also invite you to come out to the Black Literary Book weekend at all of the different events, Urban Grape, the Bowie Town Center, Barnes and Nobles. I haven't been there in a while. It's interesting that have you heard about Barnes and Noble coming back? Because they were closing all their stores, and now books have gotten.
No, if they close and the manager didn't tell me.
But no, not yours, not that location, but they're closed in different parts of the country, and that chain is coming back.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm surprised.
Well, Barnes and Noble has always been very supportive of independent authors. So I love working with them, and they're very supportive of this event. In fact, the manager reached out to me and like, hey, are we still doing this? Because she's excited as well. So we appreciate that.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. And then, of course, the Ivy and Cream brunch. Again, I'm not grown folk clothes person no more, but I got me something for that, and I'm looking forward to that, and just having fun. I think we're going to have a lot of fun, and that and really supporting the young people too. The essay contest runners are going to be there too, right?
Yes, they will.
Okay.
Well, depending on who wins, because one of the contestants lives in Mississippi.
Okay. So it's national. I didn't know that. Okay.
If that's it's a national contest. So if that student wins, we're going to make sure that the student is zoomed in to read the essay.
That's part of it. Okay. See, you know, that whole youth thing. Love it. That's definitely about what I'm about. So yeah.
Yes, it's going to be great. I'm really glad that you're going to be a part of it. So thank you once again. And thank you for being on the show tonight.
Well, thank you for having me again. I'm really excited and looking forward to this. I appreciate it.
I'm looking forward to having you. So I will see you in a couple of weeks.
All right. Take care.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, y'all. This is the end. We have reached the end of another Horizons Author Lounge. I hope you all had as good a time as I did. I hope that you will consider coming out to the Black History Month Literary Weekend, especially the Ivory and Cream Affair. Remember, if you get your tickets by 10 o'clock Eastern Time tonight, you will get $10 off of your ticket. Just type in promo code Horizons. The link is right here in the chat. You need to be there, guys. This is going to be a beautiful, beautiful event. And like I said at the top of the show, nobody can take away us celebrating our own culture and our own history. So now more than ever, this is the time to celebrate what makes us uniquely us. I want to see you there, guys. That's all I want to say. And don't forget, in August, we are doing the cruise, the Meet the World Writers Cruise. So I want to see you guys there as well. We have 7 different instructors who are going to be teaching so many different workshops, and we're going to have a good time. It's not just going to be about studying. This is going to be about having a good time and celebrating the written word, helping you to get that book that you've been promising yourself that you want to get done. It'll happen on this writer's cruise, and I'm going to teach you all about it. So make sure that you join us in August 29th through September 3rd for the Meet the World Writers Cruise, and the link is right here in the chat. So click on it, get more information, and then put your deposits down, because I want to see you there, guys, because we're gonna have a time. All right, so that's all I have for tonight. Don't forget to join me tomorrow night on Black Authors Matter TV. And then join me again next week, where we're going to be talking with 2 more authors who are going to be featured at the Black History Month Literary Weekend. So that's all I have, guys. God bless you. I love you, and have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.